And it is the most important cycle in SAP MM. Once you understand the P2P cycle, then you can easily understand most of the relevant topics in SAP MM, just like it is the backbone of SAP MM. Okay. As we know that we discussed earlier, right? As we know that various departments work together to reach the goals in an organization in order to fulfill their common goals. So it needs some materials or services. For example, any department, let's say production department requires raw material to produce finished product. Likewise, any department needs their individual requirements to fulfill their goals. Okay. In procure to pay cycle, the following steps will be involved, like determination of requirements, source determination, vendor selection, PO processing, PO monitoring, goods receipt, invoice receipt, and payment process. Okay. Determination of requirements, like for example, production department requires raw materials, right, to produce finished product like car. So, which is nothing but determination of requirements. And source determination. For procurement of these raw materials, we need vendors to buy these products. So we need to determine the source to procure. And another thing called vendor selection. There were several sources available at outside, but we need to select from that list based on some parameters. After that, we will create one purchase order to the vendor to procure the materials. After that, we will monitor, just like we track the purchase order. After that, we receive the goods from the vendor to our inventory. Along with the goods, the vendor will send you an invoice receipt. Based on that, the finance department will pay the amount to the vendors. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, it is just like outline. Just look into the document flow of P2P cycle in SAP. Okay. The department determines their requirements, right, and approach to the responsible department called purchasing department to procure the materials or services. That is, they create an internal document called purchase requisition. Once the determination of requirements like raw materials, the company manufacture car, what are the raw materials like engine, shafts, or glass, steel? There are some kind of raw materials, right? So they will raise in one internal document, which is nothing but the purchase request to the purchasing department. After that, the responsible department try to search for source to procure these required materials or services. So they will request a quotation to external services. I mean, like external vendors. So, and also they will maintain some quotation deadlines. Before the deadline, the quotation needs to be sent to the company by the external sources, who are nothing but vendors. And they will compare those quotations along with the quality of the product and delivery time of the vendor or payment terms. And they will select the vendor to procure these materials by the purchasing department. And they will compare those quotations along with quality of the product or delivery time of the vendor. And then they will purchase these materials by the purchasing team. Simply say they will raise one purchase order to the vendors along with the quantity and delivery date when they want. Then the vendor will deliver these goods to company. The company will place the goods in the required storage location under the plant. Once the goods receipt is done, they will proceed with the invoice receipt, and it is relevant to the finance department. In this receipt, they will mention the payment terms, what are the taxes available in it, and all these details will be available. Once the receipt is done, invoice receipt is done, then the vendor payment will be performed. But payment were not relevant for MM. It will be take care of the finance team. Okay.